the thing that jumps out at me, and we're talking about Mahomes, and it is what it is. People have got to remember just how singular these evaluations are. It's not like it's a group think. It doesn't take – all it takes is one, kind of like selling your house. All I need is one person to think it's valued the same way I am.
Well, they got to bring all cash, though, right?
That too. But you look at, say, at Mahomes, and Andy Reid knows quarterbacks. That'd be great. He loves Mahomes, reminds him of Brett Favre. I get that, okay?
Yes.
But there are some pretty good teams that spend a lot of time. Teams that needs quarterback, okay? Cleveland, San Francisco, Chicago, the Jets that said, no, we don't think this guy's good enough. Now, that's got to give you a little pause that, okay, I know better. Okay, maybe you do. And that's what you're getting paid the big bucks for, and that's how this works out. But that's going to be the most interesting because obviously Trubisky, as we said, this is going to be Chicago. For John, I worry. They're not a good team, and it's going to be a struggle, and maybe they can just show that he's getting good enough during the course of the year. Deshaun Watson stepping into a very good situation. He'll be like Flacco. He'll be a sub-400 throw guy. They won't ask a lot of him, play good defense, and he'll make some spectacular plays they haven't made for a while. Mahomes and Alex Smith, on a positive point, this is Favre and Aaron Rodgers, which what great for Green Bay, but wasn't real great for Brett Favre at the end of the day and the way that went down. Mm-hmm. And you're basically saying the clock is ticking. Oh, we love you, Alex. You're our guy. And we're going to sit there and, oh, yeah, we're going to be 20th on offense again. No problem. Don't worry about it. Because we just moved up and gave up away a lot to get this guy that's sitting here. But don't worry about it, Alex. You're our guy. We got no problem. Oh, you haven't thrown a touchdown to receiver in 14 years? Don't worry about it. We're okay. So that one's going to be the interesting one to watch how that develops.
And, oh, by the way, let's open up on Thursday night at New England.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Oh, by the way,
yeah.
Let's do that. Brian Billick here on the Rich Eisen Show. So why do you think he did, Andy Reid, go Mahomes over Deshaun Watson?
They like the kid. They think they see something there. There was talk about them looking at some free agent. I think they recognize Alex Smith is what he is, and I don't know that we can do much more. Now you'll never hear them say that, and he's our guy and whatever. But I think they recognize this is as good as we're going to be with Alex Smith. And we need that next guy. And he knows what it is. I mean, when you take a quarterback in your non-first year, that's a tough timing. It usually doesn't go well. What you want to do is take the quarterback in your first year. And that marriage, when you take him in the second or third or later, the timing of that can be very difficult. Andy lived it, and he took Donovan McNabb, had a great run for 10, 11 years, okay? And then when it was time to move on, he was on the 50-50 part of the equation. When you take a quarterback, he was on the reverse side, didn't go very well, and it ended up getting him run out of Philadelphia. So he's trying to get ahead of a curve. Obviously, they believe in Andy. His job security is fine. But what's the timing of this? How does this, with an Alex Smith, and the defense is good, but then by the time this kid's really step in and be the guy, where are we as a team? Is that 2 years, 3 years down the line? It's an interesting transition. They obviously had the courage of their conviction to say, like I said, if you think they're a franchise quarterback, you take him. They think he's a franchise quarterback, you take him.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.